You do the podcast with that guy Rone, right?
Yeah.
It's so funny to me that his two podcast co-hosts are you and Patrick.
Yeah, I know.
Imagine he's talking to Pat Bev about getting in a fight with Dylan Brooks, and then he just sits down with you to talk about how the hilarities was.
Yeah, exactly. Pat Bev will call Rone while we're recording, and he'll be like, "What are you doing?" And Rone will be like, "I'm doing Son of a Boy Dad," and I'll be like, "Man, you're still doing that whack." Pod.
That's hilarious.
That's so funny.
Sorry we can't get Mark Cuban on every episode.
A Fitbit?
Yeah. For no reason. I don't move, so.
I was like, damn, you're taking yourself seriously.
No.
Checking the sleep recovery stats and stuff.
That's literally all I use it for, is just to see how much I sleep.
It's like
what
14 hours.
Yeah.
Like, you're killing it, dude. You're so sleepy.
Are we good?
Do you, what does it give you on your sleep? Like, how well you slept?
It just gives you how long you slept.
Oh, really?
Or how long you were asleep for.
Interesting.
Dude,
For me, it's usually an hour less than I was sleeping.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're just awake for an hour in the night?
Yeah, pretty much.
Sucks.
There's an hour of restless sleep in the mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're on the prowl or something?
Yeah.
I'm just prowling.
Rolling around.
Dude, I hate when I hear about from people that wear those things that one beer is enough to
oh, dude,
kill your sleep at 70%. I'm like, so what's 14 beers?
Yeah. I don't think this does that. I think the Whoop does that. It tells you your sleep quality. This just tells you how long you were asleep for.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But I've had nights after drinking where I've slept for 10 hours, and then I check my Fitbit. It's you slept for 3.5 hours.
45 minutes.
Yeah.
So you're just half asleep for the other
I guess.
6.5?
What does booze do to your sleep? Do you know the science?
It jacks up your heart rate, right?
Oh, interesting.
Something like that. Or maybe it slows it down. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does something.
It does something.
You up some kind of way.
Yeah.
Dude, Huberman says two beers a week max.
Yeah,
He's
I mean,
that's the absolute
that's
max.
an insane number.
Who's doing that that's not in recovery?
2 beers a week is insane.
2 beers.
I would just not drink at all.
That's not
Yeah,
even
no,
a
that was-
weekly. 0 is better than any, and 2 drinks per week is the max. For
Aren't
adult
there-
non-alcoholics. Well, we're good.
Yeah.
We're adult alcoholics.
Exactly.
What's
This
the
doesn't
average?
apply to us, dude.
Yeah, this doesn't actually work for us.
What's the recommended for adult alcohol?
It's actually 17 beers per day. So we're all right. We're all going to be fine.
Did you drink a lot in high school?
Yeah.
Yeah. same.
I'm not drinking right now, though.
Really?
Yeah, I'm taking some time off.
How long you got?
2 weeks.
That's
how's
pretty
it been?
serious.
Yeah. What?
How's it been?
Amazing.
Yeah, it's always
Yeah,
good, right?
it's the best,
It
yeah.
always feels really good, and you go, why did I ever...
Yeah, I got to stop. I should probably stop drinking forever, to be honest.
Yeah, I do this
everyone
every time I take a
generally
break.
Yeah,
should.
me too. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
depressing how good you feel when you don't drink, because I'm I know.
Yeah.
I know. I actually wish this kind of. I wish I was this sucks.
No, I really
this
miss
is
it. Yeah. And you're like, no.
I feel amazing.
It'll hit me like a fucking train though. When I do want to drink, I haven't had the urge to drink at all because but I also haven't been doing anything. I've just been doing spots and playing video games. So it's
Dude,
there's
that
been no
sounds sick.
reason to drink. But then
Yeah.
I have to go on the road this weekend, and I'm sure I'll get to the club on Friday night and be like, I got to have 10 beers.
You're not going to be in go bananas in Cincinnati. Be like, oh, just bedtime.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of psychopath. Unless you had a problem, I can't imagine. When I see ripped comedians, and I'm I know he doesn't drink, and I'm like, but he just go.
Yeah, that's even. Well, I would never do that. I'm not. That's fucking crazy.
No,
I'm not gonna stop drinking and start fucking working out 3 times a day.
I think
one or the other.
if I was trying to be a health nut, in ripped shape and not drinking, it's I would just not do comedy. I would just do another thing.
I would just
100%.
get a different job.
Yeah. Just
Also, not drinking is enough for me to be I'm healthy.
yeah.
Because that's the biggest thing.
Right.
I'll eat. I can eat. I'm eating shit now because I'm I'm not putting down 2,000 calories of beer.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely
Those
equals
cancel
out.
each other out. Yeah.
Yeah,
can
when I
squeeze
s-
in some Taco Bell on the weekends and not feel
Nice.
bad about myself.
I try to eat well because I drink too much, but when I started eating shitty, I just went to Philly with O'Connor and I had a Philly cheesesteak and woke up and had a burger. at lunch.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, now I'm just killing myself.
Yeah.
At least if I'm drinking and I'm eating I ate a grilled chicken salad today or whatever, I'm
Yeah.
all right. So I'm there's a seesaw going on and I'm kind of sticking in the middle. But when I'm
I don't know.
yeah, I got hammered and then I had a Philly cheesesteak. I should hang myself.
That's doubling down. But also, where were you guys doing at Philly Helium?
We went to the Eagles Niners game.
yeah.
My lady's a Niners fan.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Dude, I haven't drank in 2 weeks. On Saturday, I ordered Wingstop, And the wings came and they were bad, so then I just ordered Taco Bell. But it's like no guilt at all. Like, I feel completely fine.
Did you eat none of the wings, or did you?
I had like 3 wings for probably like 5. 6 wings. Yeah, and
probably
then
half a dozen wings.
And then I crushed
7, 9.
You had 7 wings. You're like, these aren't even fucking good. These are shit, dude.
That's literally exactly what. And then I ordered a soft taco. Those cinnamon balls.
Oh, I love them, dude. I love
And then
the
I ordered a
balls.
Crunch Wrap Supreme. But I
great
didn't
order.
finish the Crunch Wrap Supreme.
It's huge.
Those are fucking big.
Those are big.
Yeah, they're like
fucking-
10-pound frisbees
Yeah.
from Taco Bell.
You don't
And
need to
they're
be
like-
in a whole one of those.
They're like 98% tortilla, too.
Oh, yeah.
And then they put another
put
fried
a-
tortilla
yeah.
in the middle, and you're like, I'm just eating 100,000 carbohydrates.
Yeah.
Dude, I ordered
crazy.
Taco Bell probably like a month ago, and I was really drunk, and I got a Crunchwrap Supreme, a cheesy gordita crunch, and a beefy 5-layer burrito,
Yeah.
and ate all of it.
yeah.
Dude, I was fucked up for 3 days. It was like I did Molly.
Oh,
like
dude.
I was like depressed for like
Yeah.
48 hours. I like shot my serotonin with Taco Bell.
Dude, I hadn't shit since I had the Wingstop and the Taco Bell, and then yesterday, just the whole day, I was just like explosive diarrhea the whole entire day.
You're building it up.
Just terrible.
That's what happened, dude. After we ate those burgers in Austin.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, there's fucking one late night spot to get food, and everyone's like, and I have a T-shirt from it because they have sick T-shirts. But everyone's like, Casino El Camino, dude. Go to Casino El Camino. They got the best burgers in town.
Yeah.
And it's the only place to get late night food, and they're 12-ounce burgers. They're
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
3/4 of a
insane.
pound.
Yeah.
And the next day, it wasn't even like I had diarrhea. I was like, I just took 7 full shits.
Oh, yeah,
I
but
took like I took like a week's worth of shits
back to back.
in a day. Dude.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if that's better or worse. I feel like the full shit's draining.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
emotionally
That'll take the
investing.
life out of you.
Yeah, you're like,
I had to take a nap. I was like, I didn't walk anywhere or do anything
No,
today.
no.
I just like I'm tired from
Dude,
shitting.
Yeah.
that's literally what happened to me yesterday. I shit and then I laid down and I fell asleep because I was so. And this happened to me 2 weeks ago. I got Papa John's, and I like slept for like 10 hours. It was like I think I had like a lactose problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And something happened where I had the Papa John's and like my body went like I started sweating.
Yeah.
And then I just fell asleep and I woke up and I felt like I had like the flu. And
Yeah,
then I
yeah.
shit and I felt fine.
Dude, I always think I have a lactose problem. I always think I have like a gluten thing. I'm
Oh,
like, I
yeah.
think like just American food is poison.
It's so bad.
And there's
so
the
bad
only
for you.
thing I feel
Everything
good
I
eating.
eat.
Yeah, it's like chicken
Yeah.
or vegetables,
Yeah.
or like an apple,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or like maybe like like sushi or something.
Yeah.
but
It's got to be
most
raw.
of it, yeah, yeah,
Everything else is bad.
yeah. it's like
Everything I eat makes me like shit my brain.
Dude, it needs to be raw.
violently
It needs to be
ill.
raw fish. That's like how fucked up America's got. I'm like, don't touch it.
Yeah.
Like just leave it how you got it. Don't touch
Yeah.
it.
But even Americanized sushi is like they deep fry the shrimp and put cream
Oh,
cheese
yeah,
in it. And you're like,
yeah.
what the fuck? My dad's like, dude, I love sushi. I love this sushi place. I'm like, what do you get? He's like, I get the fried shrimp with
Yeah.
eel sauce and cream cheese.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
get that.
what the fuck
Yeah.
is this order?
Yeah.
Dude, me and Chase got sushi in Pensacola, Florida, and he got a Philadelphia roll.
Yeah, yeah.
And he took 3 bites. He's like, I think I gotta stop eating. And I was like, what? He's like, it's like 50% cream cheese.
Ugh.
Like they just served him like a cream cheese
Yeah.
burrito.
Yeah, well, it's like smoked salmon and cream. You're like, what the fuck is this? Fucking
Cream. I don't like the cream cheese on sushi.
No,
No, it's
I
fucking
don't like
gross.
it either.
Yeah.
I don't like it either. I'm not a big cream cheese person. I think it's
I'm not a
kinda-
big cream. I like cream cheese on bagels.
That's about it.
At
I
most,
love-
but that's the only
place
thing it's used for.
Appropriate.
I love a bagel and cream cheese.
Yeah, that's really good. But like
Bagel and cream cheese would
sushi-
set me back like 10 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nap.
Dude, genuinely, I genuinely don't know the last time I had like a actual healthy, like solid shit. Like, I swear to God.
Don't even remember.
I swear to God. I had diarrhea 3 times yesterday. And it's not even like, it's, you know when you're like a kid and you have diarrhea? And you got to like go tell your parents,
Yeah.
they, like bring you to the doctor.
Yeah.
This is like
Wait,
it's,
what? No.
No, when you're like
you
a
told
child.
your mom and dad every time you had diarrhea.
If you're like a
"Mom, I
child
have
and you're like
diarrhea."
bent over with diarrhea,
Okay, yeah.
you gotta
You're,
like
got
yeah.
gas. And
You gotta
you're
go to
like-
the doctor.
You have a cramp.
Yeah, I have diarrhea. It's just like it. I don't even think about it.
No.
It's just a constant. I don't know what it is. I have something wrong with my
Yeah.
stomach.
You ever get to the point where you feel proud of yourself for taking a solid shit?
Oh, yeah. I
No,
was
dude,
about to
because
say.
I don't have something. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, I'm like,
it's just like
I
a foreign
never have
experience at
solid
this point.
shits.
Yeah.
And if I do, it's like it's it's solid, but it's not. It's like 50% solid.
Yeah.
And then they'll usually will be like at the end just a massive pile of diarrhea.
Yeah. It's like a cork.
Yeah, exactly.
It's corked with good shit, and then it unloads the diarrhea.
They can start out healthy.
I like these Bristol charts. You ever see these bad boys?
Yeah. It's like when a bottle of paint gets like that hardened thing at the top.
There's a bit of gloop and then the liquid.
Dude. Oh my god!
Yeah, no, I was pretty proud of myself. I went to a farmer's market and I bought a bunch of vegetables and actually ate them.
Really?
And my poop was so nice.
Yeah,
I was so proud of myself.
That's what it is. Need more fiber.
Yeah, I ate a bunch of cabbage and fruit, and I was like, dude, I feel great.
Yeah,
I feel so good.
Human shit on the screen.
But I drank a shit ton and I wanted to die.
Yeah.
Yesterday I just wanted to fucking jump off a bridge.
Why you drank?
Huh?
Well, why was that? Why do you want to jump off a bridge?
Oh, I just...
I'm just like skipping over my suicide. I'm going to tell you something. Anyways, you're from Massachusetts. Christoph's like, I really held the gun to my head. Yesterday I thought it was going to be the
Sas,
day.
that's a cool name. What's that? Is it short for it? What's that?
I'm like, you doing one night or full weekend?
Where are you next? You in Cincinnati? Go Bananas. What's that club like? Nah, dude, I just slept horrible and was like hungover. So I woke up really early. That's also when I get hungover. I went to bed at like 3 a.m. like piss drunk, and then woke up at like 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
It's like
every time I drink, I wake up early.
So early, and I just felt horrible all day. And it was like rainy and disgusting all day too.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, this is like a hellish existence.
Yeah, it's
like,
not fun.
Sometimes I like when the weather's depressing because
it gives you a reason.
Yeah,
that's
and it
true.
kind of
That's
fits your
true.
mood. When I lived in Florida, it was especially depressing when I wake up feeling like shit, like brutally hungover, and it's like 74 and blue skies.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's a guy like riding bikes with his family.
Yeah, it's like a
there's
butterfly is following them.
There's a guy playing frisbee with his son right now, like up 2 blocks away, and I'm ready to kill
miserable
myself.
on the toilet, just horrible draft beer shits, just like ready to die.
Dude.
It's the light beer. It just goes straight
through you, dude.
Yeah, it's not.
Bukowski has whole poems about
light
beer shits.
Yeah. Dude, I like I don't throw up either from drinking ever.
No, I haven't.
Never throw up.
I ruined my stomach. I can't puke from booze anymore.
So it just sits there.
Yeah,
for days.
I kind of wish you could. It would almost like it would almost purge the poison out.
It would help me out so much more if I could just puke every
Maybe that's
night.
why I didn't get hungover as like a fucking, when I was like 19, 20, I just vomited.
Yeah, probably.
Well, because when you're like 16, when I was drinking high school, my body's like, what is this poison you're putting in here? And then it would
shocking.
Just puke it up. And now my body's like, nice.
Yeah. I actually
at it.
need that to function.
Sweet.
Yeah, I actually really appreciate
I don't feel
that.
crippling anxiety anymore.
That was a human thing too. He's talking about like what's it called, like cortisol levels or something in alcoholics are like 3 times normal, which is like the stress hormone.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, this is a vicious cycle. Every person I know in my family who's like an alcoholic, I'm like, they're just brutally anxious constantly.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like,
If you drink like 2 nights in a row and then you have to go do like a show. Like on like a Monday or some shit. You're on stage, like sweat is coming out of every single inch of your body.
It's like that smelly sweat. Too.
Yeah.
You can tell there's like heavy metals. in it. You're just sweating out mercury.
Dude, I think when I did a spot on Maddie's show the day after Thanksgiving, I was like so hungover. I went on stage and like pulled it together and had a fun set and seemed like a normal person. I swear to God, the first step I took off the stage, I was like shaking.
Oh, dude,
I was literally like had like the chill. I'm like, I had like
the jitters.
It's like I had the flu the moment I walked off stage.
Yeah.
You're all adrenaline.
I went I was doing Arlington, Virginia, and I went into the weekend like I do because what I drink, I'm like, all right, well, I'm going on the road tomorrow, so it's technically like a Friday for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't have to do anything aside for travel and then do shows tomorrow night. So I'll get like fucked up.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I went into that weekend being like, I'm not drinking this weekend. And then I went up on stage and I was like, dude, I don't even remember, like, I was just on autopilot the whole time, and my brain was just like a fucking war zone. I had to take like a 15-second pause in like the middle of a joke and like chug water. And then as soon as that ended, I was like, I'm drinking the rest of the weekend. I was like, that can't happen.
Dude, you're what, 22?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, do you ever think... I'm 28, but I started comedy at 19, so I've just been abusing my body.
Yeah.
And I drank in high school. I mean, I've really never done it right.
Yeah.
But do you ever think like this is supposed to be my peak physical condition? condition is right now.
Yeah. Dude.
Like my old pictures of my dad.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, back in those days. Yeah, those are the good days. And my dad's just shred. He looks like fucking Chris Pine. He's like shredded. I'm like, what the I look like I'm 60 years old.
Dude, all of my friends from like high school all have like washboard abs. We went to Iceland in May and we went to the hot springs. And we're all taking our shirts off, and I've just got fucking full on tits, and they all look like they're in fucking like they're like Hollister models.
Oh, that sucks.
Mortifying.
Dude. You're like offending people at the Blue Lagoon.
Yeah, it was so bad.
You got your shirt on in the hot springs.
And then you just gotta like awkwardly be like, I'm gonna get out. I don't even want to be in the fucking hot springs.
Hot springs
anymore.
are fucking gay.
Yeah.
These are so.
Where's
gay.
my fucking shirt? I'm gonna put my shirt back on. It's freezing.
Dude. Like guys who know do stand up too. Like now that like I feel like health and fitness is more popular than it's been in a long time. So you'll have friends from home. And they're just like, picked up CrossFit, and they like shed 30 pounds, and they're like jacked. I'm like, that will never. I'll never be like, pick up CrossFit.
I picked up. Yeah, I'm eating raw deer. I just eat raw deer and do CrossFit. That's really like my life now.
Just burpees and testicles.
Yeah. They're just like sucking balls down.
I used to work out all the time. Like when I was like 3 years ago, I worked out like every day. And then I got COVID, and then I have not worked out since then. Because you get in the rhythm of working out, and then you don't work out one day, and you're like, oh, I guess I just never have to work out.
You're like, I don't do that anymore. Yeah, that was the old me.
Yeah. Like, this is significantly more enjoyable not going to the gym.
Yeah. It works a little bit like that for me, but then I like feel like a gross fat loser.
Do you work out?
Now I am. It's very off and on.
Yeah.
I hate saying that I do because people are like, well, you're a fat piece of shit. I gained so much weight when I got here, too, because I used to never drink in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
I never drank in Florida, really, and I drink like 4 times a week here.
Yeah.
And I gained 35 pounds since I've been in New
York.
Yeah,
I've probably gained 30 pounds since I've been in New York.
Yeah, I was 165 when I got here. I weighed myself at home. I was 203. I wanted to fucking... Dude. I was ready to cry. And it was Thanksgiving, too. I was like, there was a feast downstairs. I'm like, we're all ready to feast. I'm naked I'm about to shower before my family comes over. I step on, I'm 203.
Yeah.
Christoph's weight gain makes me laugh so hard. There's like nothing that makes me laugh more. Like, I couldn't even let you finish just now. I'm like, because he's not fat, but he's just like, since he moved to New York, he has these insane weight gain statistics. And he's not a fat guy, so I'm not like, I noticed.
Kind of skinny. I was kind of skinny when I got here. Like my girlfriend used to be like, "You're kind of skinny. Like you should probably like beef up a little bit." And then I'm like, "Have I gotten a little fat?" And she's like, I'm like, be careful what you fucking wish for.
Dude, I started going to the gym in September, right before Skankfest, like that week.
Yeah.
Like 2 days before.
Yeah, you gotta prep.
So I went to Skankfest on Thursday, and there's like that like pre-party, and then the next day, I didn't drink a lot that night, and the next morning I was like, I'm gonna go to the gym this morning, like really like kick this weekend off right. And I weighed myself in the gym, and I was like 194.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I didn't even think I like was capable of weighing that much. I weighed like 150 pounds my entire life, and then the next time I weighed myself, I was 40 pounds heavier.
It's fucking crazy,
dude. Literally, I'll talk to him. Like,
same thing.
I'm like,
dude.
how you doing, buddy? He's like, oh, dude, I'm just like such a fat ass. I'm like, why? He's literally 205 pounds. Dude, I gained 40 pounds. Like, these numbers are like hilarious.
Well, I was like 210 coming out of high school. I was kind of fat. But I looked way worse. I don't know, like I didn't have muscle at all. It was like all fat, and I never worked out. And then I got down to like 150, and I was like stick skinny. And then I could kind of coast like that because I was young.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'll just not be fat ever
Exactly.
again.
Yeah.
I just assumed I would never get fat.
Yeah.
And then I used to always here.
Yeah. I used to always weigh myself and be like, oh, I'm the same weight. Because I would like I'd be like, oh, I'm getting fat. I'm drinking too much.
Yeah.
And then eventually I was like, I don't think I'm actually gaining weight. I think I just like my face is like getting puffy from drinking, and I'm not. And I'm just like thinking I'm getting fat. And then I weighed myself, and I was like, "Oh, I'm actually getting fat."
Yeah,
I was like, "This is not body dysmorphia.
It's not a drill. It's not a drill."
I've had that stage of getting fat where you're like, I'm just bloated. You're like, no, it's hard. That's human. That's more.
That's visceral organ fat. Yeah, it's so funny to be like, I'm bloated. I just bloated up 25, 30 pounds. Air is heavy. It's one of the heaviest materials.
Dude, I was like during the pandemic when I was here, like in summer 2020.
Yeah.
It was the first time I drank IPAs, and I really liked the hazy ones.
Yeah.
And I would get like a 4-pack
really
of hazy IPAs at the grocery store, and they had all these different kinds. I'm like, ooh, try that.
Yeah.
I think I'm like a sommelier of IPAs. And I went home and saw my friends, and they're like, you look insane. It was like I gained so much weight so quickly. They're like, you look fucking crazy.
Dude, IPAs are the devil, dude. I like them way more than regular beers now, which is so bad.
Yeah, it's like eating loaves of bread.
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
so
but it's
bad
also you
for
don't need to drink as many.
Yeah, you don't drink as many, but I'm like, oh, this is like so. It's like delicious now, whereas it used to be like disgusting when I was like a younger man.
Yeah, no,
like,
they're
oh,
so
yucky!
good.
They're fucking tangy.
I went through a huge Guinness phase last year, where I was just drinking strictly Guinness, and that was like, it says it's a light beer, which it just absolutely isn't.
Yeah,
and I like convinced myself it was, and then I think I gained most of my weight from that
Guinness?
like 2-month span.
Yeah,
of Guinness.
it tastes like milk.
I was drinking like 10 Guinnesses a night for like months
Just having
on end.
black bile
Dude,
diarrhea.
my shit was like literally like black tar.
Dude, we got a buddy. I started comedy in Boston. We got a buddy who's like super South Boston. And my buddy Kyle, and he's like, dude, Guinness makes your farts smell so bad. I was like, what? He's like, dude, you go to like the old Irish bars like in Southie. Oh, dude, it's just the whole place. It's all the old fucks drinking at the bar. Dude, the whole place smells like Guinness farts.
Yeah,
it smells like fucking farts.
Dude, he like knew the different smells of beer farts.
Yeah.
He's like, Guinness farts are the worst ones.
Yeah, they're bad.
Yeah,
they're really bad.
There was a lady at we were at Brooklyn Comedy
not
Club.
bad, though.
That's actually 125 is not bad at all.
Yeah, 125 is not bad, but if you have 4 of them, that's
a
fifth beer
12
that
ounce
was added on
serving. A
top.
draft is a 20, isn't it?
Draft is 16.
Okay, so a quarter more.
Yeah.
That's still not that much.
It's like 150 calories. I don't know. You having 10 of
it's-
those, you're really going to put yourself back.
You have 10 anything, it's bad. You have 10 Mick Ultras, it's bad.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I would love to like get my drinking talent. Like I'll drink with a buddy of mine who doesn't
Oh,
drink,
yeah.
and he's like drunk after
That
4
was
beers.
me when I first came
Yeah.
here. I would get shit-faced off like 4 draft beers, and now I do not do that. And I felt really pretty guilty about it the other night because I like drank a lot, and I was like, I feel completely fine.
Yeah, dude. I went home from my sister. I have a younger sister who graduated high school like last year.
Yeah,
and I went home and like we had like a big like family gathering, and like my cousin came over who's in college, and she was like, I drink so much, whatever. And I was like, I don't think you drink a lot at all. And then something happened, and she was like, I can drink more than you, and I was like, I promise you can't.
Yeah.
And then we drank, and we both got to 7 drinks, and then she went home, and then I had 14 more beers
Like, all right, see ya.
by myself on the couch.
Yeah.
Like showing my parents like Kill Tony clips.
Mom, this is Hans Kim right here.
Yeah.
Dude, he's gonna have. Dude, he's gonna get him.
This guy's the next big thing. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Showing your mom stand-up clips, shit-faced.
Yeah, and then I
That'd
woke
be
up the
a
next
blast.
morning and I felt completely fine. And then that was when my parents were like, "You gotta figure this out."
Yeah, I
It's
wasn't
not good.
Yeah.
That's just you had 7 with your sister,
So I've been with my cousin, and
And
then
then-
she went home because we started drinking early.
and it started with you were
Yeah.
like, I could drink more than you.
Yeah.
It's so funny. You just, like,
Yeah.
I just picture you on your parents' couch like 2 hours later. I'm fucking running away with this thing.
No, it was like
blow
I was
her,
already
blow
shit
out.
faced, and
Yeah.
it's 7 p.m. It's like either I'm going to go to bed, or stop drinking and fall asleep.
Right.
So it's like, I was like, I'm just going to keep drinking.
You have to at a certain point.
Yeah, I
otherwise
had
you'll
like an
just pass
18
out.
pack of Bud Light, and I drank the whole 18 pack of Bud Light, and then I just started drinking like miscellaneous beers from my parents' fridge.
Yeah.
You're drinking like Christmas ales.
Dude,
Yeah,
literally like
yeah,
an
yeah.
Oktoberfest Sam Adams,
Right.
and like a Mike's Hard.
Yeah. My mom's like, it's always like, my mom's like, I drink a little too much. And I look and there's like ancient beers. I'm like, you don't drink that much. There's a Corona that expired in here that I bought last Thanksgiving. You're fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, yeah, that's fucking, it's fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Did you think of moving to Chicago for the big Barstool move? Or
No.
You weren't even.
No, I was always pretty. I was gonna stay here regardless. Yeah,
How long you been here?
like 4 years.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're kind of used to it.
Yeah.
Did you go to college here?
No, I dropped out of college.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Same here, dude.
Yeah.
Nice. No, I graduated. No, I graduated. No big
Where'd
deal.
you go?
Fucking UCF, baby.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, go Knights, dude.
Yeah, go Knights.
Yeah, huge Knights head.
Yeah.
No, we were dog shit while I went there, and then like as soon as I left, they were like,
Are they good now?
You were really good for a couple seasons. They went.
I don't know what the UCF Knights are. I thought we were doing a bit.
No, what the fuck, dude? They went 12-0. They went 12-0.
Football?
Yes, in football.
Never heard of this team. In
Oh
my
my
entire
god,
life.
dude! They went 12-0 like 5 years ago.
Ninth, isn't the Big 12
Where
over?
are they right now?
Aren't they ending the Big 12?
I
They
do
suck.
not. No, they stink.
Or they're
now.
ending the Pac-12, right?
I think so. Where's Oregon and all those teams going to go?
I think they're all joining other conferences.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all
Join,
like miscellaneous.
Interesting.
I swear to God, they had an undefeated season, and then like I remember people I knew who went to UCF were like, "We're like the only undefeated team. Like we should be in the
playoffs."
I'm like, no,
Yeah.
no. We play
the college playoffs are dumb though.
They're really stupid.
I don't get. I don't like how. But I guess this is the last year it's going to be like that.
What are they going to do?
more
Make
Next year it's like
teams?
12 teams. I
Yeah,
think.
it's way better.
Yeah,
Why are there
better.
4 teams?
Yeah.
It's so stupid.
Well, it's dumb that there's like 3 teams that are like, what were they like? They were like 13-1 or some shit, and then they're like, you're not going to make the playoffs.
Also, I get why everybody from Florida State's pissed that they're not in because they're undefeated. But I'm also like, dude, if you put them up against Michigan, they're going to lose like 48.
Yeah,
dude, they barely beat Louisville.
Iowa.
Like,
They almost lost to Iowa too.
Yeah, I mean they didn't have a tough schedule and it was close games and like their quarterback, they're on like their 4th string quarterback right now. It's like kind of a mess. Like if you got to the playoffs, you'd get destroyed.
Yeah.
Like
it would be a waste of a
spot. It would not be fun for you.
Also, last year the fucking TCU versus Georgia, I was like, no one enjoyed that.
No, that's exactly what happened this year.
Yeah. No one wants a repeat of fucking 48-5. That's terrible.
Yeah, it sucks, dude.
No, it's not like a March Madness tournament. Like everybody on the other team is bigger, stronger, and faster.
Yeah.
Like you're not just going to get hot from 3.
Dude. That's
65-7 is crazy.
Crazy.
It was like 40-0, I think, at like the half.
That's so fun. They should have like a mercy
There should
rule
be,
in college
there
football.
should be just a bailout. Like,
if you're up by 4, 5 or more touchdowns, it's like, dude, it's over.
But then it gets to the point where Georgia's playing their fucking 3rd string.
Yeah, it becomes kind of fun, maybe.
Stetson Bennett is such a classic college football quarterback.
That's such a classic name,
too. Talentless white guy who's won 40 straight games. He's going to get drafted in the 6th round.
Yeah, he's 5'10", 170, and they're like, he's a powerhouse back there.
There's like he has 300 touchdowns in his career at Georgia, 6 interceptions. He goes to the combine and runs like a 6'7" 40.
Dude, I went to Phoenix like a month after Georgia won, and the South, like college football is so big, there was like a group of like 80-year-old dudes all wearing like Bulldogs gear, and they all showed up to the bar and they had like a private room where they were just rewatching the game. Like they were just rewatching what is undeniably an incredibly boring game to watch.
Yeah, who cares?
But that's how much they care about college.
They're
like,
so invested.
NFL was on. And they're like, fuck that. We're going to rewatch Georgia beat TCU 65-7.
Better for professional players.
It's just like they're glued to it like it's an execution video.
It was crazy.
Kill him. Yeah, that's ridiculous, dude. It's so big in the South. Being in Florida, it's like
it's crazy.
Because nobody up north really cares.
It's weird too. Though,
I don't care about it at all.
I get the argument in places like Alabama because they don't have teams, or like Louisiana.
Yeah,
or, like I guess they have the Saints, but like if you're in northern rural Louisiana or something, I don't know, but. Like Alabama, Missouri, or something,
Mississippi.
or Mississippi.
Yeah,
I get that, but like being like a diehard Florida person, I'm like, dude, we have like 3 pretty cool teams.
Yeah,
like
the Jaguars,
the Jags are sick, the Dolphins are sick, the Bucks were sick like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, why are we disinvested in like the game? You know, US. It's like, who cares? Huge My sister's a huge Gators fan, but I'm like, dude, I just don't.
I don't get it. I try to watch it because I like watching the NFL a lot, but I try to watch college football on Saturdays. Like I'll watch the semifinals and the NCAA championship, but like, dude, I find it to be like I don't give a fuck about watching like Alabama beat fucking Oregon Catholic fucking
literally it'll be like
Appalachian
Oregon Catholic College,
Central Louisiana,
700-0,
right? And then they pay the college like $8 million just to do it. They're like, can we beat the shit out of you week 1?
You $100,000 we kick your ass.
Yeah, we want to bend you over and fuck you hard week 1. Give our boys some confidence, you know.
I bet the Georgia spread. I think they were playing like Vanderbilt or something. And it was literally like a high school turf with like bleachers. That's where the game was.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, no one on either of these teams can be enjoying this.
No.
Like the game itself. Like
dude, it's literally there was no stadium. It was like you could see where the cars were parked, like next to the field, and it's on national TV. Yeah, like this is why would anyone enjoy this?
Yeah, no, it's just not as good as the NFL. Like, it's
Dude,
really not.
Also, there's only like 8 or 9 like great quarterbacks in the NFL, and when you watch college, it's like the odds that one of those guys is going to be a great QB is so low. Dude, the Michigan-Ohio State game, like McCarthy's pretty good, but Kyle McCord is the Ohio State. Yeah. He had like 5. I was watching the game. He had like 5 throws. I'm like, this guy's terrible.
A lot of them are.
He's like not good.
Yeah, dude, the Penn State quarterback sucks.
Yeah.
Dude, they're all like.
That's so funny. And then it doesn't translate either. It never translates. Like, Tebow's the best college quarterback of all time.
He was so bad.
Horrible.
Yeah, Johnny Manziel.
Manziel, great example. Yeah, he's like, Manziel's the man, dude. I like
that documentary was awesome.
I like that guy a lot.
Yeah,
it pisses me off. Like, I do genuinely believe, like, it's really stupid they can't make any money. And even the concession, the concession they made is not a great one either. They're like, you can sell autographs now.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Well, they could do commercials.
I guess they could do commercials.
Yeah, but he made like over $1 billion.
From signing footballs, dude.
They built a new stadium at Texas A&M because of him.
Yeah, I mean,
and he made $0.
Right, they owe him so much.
So funny.
There was like a lawsuit and everything, right? There was a whole legal thing, right?
I mean, he got in trouble for selling the autographs. I know that.
Yeah.
Fucking Reggie Bush lost a Heisman for getting paid.
Oh my god, dude, it's so stupid.
We used to watch.
It's such a scam. Like, it's an outright scam.
Manziel's year at A&M was my freshman year of college, and I was at Syracuse, and we would just, my buddy Julian and I would watch him on this little TV. We would just get drunk at like 2 p.m., and he would just keep going back further and further behind the line of scrimmage, and then just loop around and like throw a ball at a full sprint, and it would be like a perfect pass. I'm like, it was insane. Where
did he go when he was in the NFL? The Browns?
Browns.
Yeah, that's hilarious. You guys know the thing about how he watched 0 minutes of film?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you guys not know that?
At A&M?
No,
at Browns.
Yeah.
I'm assuming not at A&M either.
Dude, he was the starting quarterback. And he was there for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, they like checked how much film he'd watched, and it literally was like 0 minutes, 0 seconds.
Yeah,
he did not watch a second of film,
dude.
It's like Johnny doesn't do film.
Yeah,
dude. They had like Rich Eisen or something like that, like some old kind of sports, talking head had one of his teammates from Cleveland on, one of his Browns teammates, and he was like, "So the Johnny Manziel documentary, that was some pretty crazy stuff, he didn't watch any film. Is that, you get nostalgic about that? Is it water under the bridge?" He's kind of asking. And the guy was just like, I mean, like, honestly, like, it pissed me off a lot. Like, he's like so pissed. He's like, I was kind of angry watching it.
Yeah, I would be. I mean, dude, they fucking wasted a massive pick. It was a first-round pick, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's got to be. I mean, it was the greatest.
I think it was like midway through.
It was midway through first round because he was supposed to get drafted like 1 or 2, but then he like failed, or he got like arrested or some shit.
Yeah. He liked to drink. He liked to have some fun.
Dude, the craziest part of that documentary is the entire time they're like it's about him being like, and then I was an alcoholic, I was a drug addict, and then I was gambling, and I was going to kill myself. And then, like, the end of the documentary, it's just like him and his boys just like beer bonging.
They're all like the backyard. Yeah, I forgot about that.
They're just fully still drinking.
It's not like he's in like the road to recovery.
He's like, woo!
It's like that fucking, what is that Mitch Hedberg joke? I used to do drugs. I still do drugs.
But I used to too.
But I used to too.
Yeah. Dude, that guy.
He's got to be a blast to hang out with.
He's got to be the man.
He's
got to be
so
fucking
fun.
sick as hell.
I'm sure he'll have a fucking run in the next... Like, I'm sure he still has enough money right now where he's good.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there will be a run in the next, like, year where he's going to still see him popping up on, like, fucking random podcasts.
Oh,
yeah, he should. He should have the Johnny Football Show already.
Yeah, he's going to be on fucking... He's going to be doing, like selling courses and shit online.
Yeah. He's like, how to sell autographs.
Do a masterclass on shotgunning.
Yeah.
A beer funnel documentary. Yeah. No,
or he'll go like ultra religious, and he'll be like performing at like mega churches on
that
Easter,
would be amazing.
Easter brunch.
That would be sweet, dude. If he was going full like what's his name?
He should just tell everybody he's sober and start giving speeches about like overcoming your adversity.
Yeah.
You should do like what Chris Mullins did, but like Chris Mullins is the one. Was he the one who had a crazy drug problem?
I don't know. Is this a quarterback?
No, he's a basketball player.
Oh, no, I have no clue.
Was it Chris Mullin?
You know what's funny is...
One guy smoked crack.
Chris Mullin?
When Johnny Manziel won the Heisman, it was between him... I forget who the other guy was, and then Manti Te'o.
Yeah.
And they both have Netflix documentaries about like the troublesome of their careers.
The catfish guy. Yeah.
And so I felt so bad watching the Manti documentary. Did you watch that one?
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
unreal.
at the end I was like this is why
really?
Like, you gotta remember the people in the stands with the lays on.
Oh,
they love you, Manti. He's like talking to himself. And I just remember being in like my junior year of high school, being like on Facebook, like guys. I was like, I should have never been mean to Manti. Like, he's such a good guy. Like, why did I say that?
I said he was gay on the internet.
It could happen to anybody,
dude. I was my roommates. We all got like furniture for the living room, and so we got like 1 million packages.
Yeah.
And we a neighbor's got mixed into ours, and like we opened up the wrong thing and like put a note, said, "Oh, sorry, this got mixed up in ours." Yeah. And then he left us a note on another package we got that said, "To the in 5G." it said, "I didn't open your package when I saw it. How about you read the fucking label next time?"
That's so funny.
So we have it on the fridge now. To the in 5G.
That's crazy. That's wild,
dude. I was like, "What a crazy!" We left a note like, "Oh, sorry, it got mixed up in our mail." And he's like, "Fuck you."
No, that's awesome. I love that guy.
Yeah, we should hang out with him. Dude. I was trying to figure out who it was. I'm like, who is? Because there's a crazy guy next door to us.
It's got to be him.
But it was the wrong thing. I was like, oh, was it 4G? Like that guy's a hoarder. Like I've peeked into his house.
Boxes are precious.
Yeah, he loves boxes.
I can keep whatever was in it. Just give me back the box.
It's just an empty box. Yeah. I've been ordering boxes.
I just want the bubble wrap.
No, I got a dead cat I got to put in there. No, I peered into his house. It was the scariest hoardery house ever. And I'm just like, what the fuck? He had like people working on his house. I was like, why? How do you end up like this in New York?
It's crazy.
He has to have some kind of rent control.
What a bad place to be a hoarder.
Terrible.
Terrible. Nightmare.
Or the greatest. You like walk outside and you're like, oh, the whole place is a fucking dump.
Yeah, I guess you do feel comfortable.
There's garbage everywhere.
Dude, there's probably so many apartments in New York that are just like filled with trash.
Yeah.
There have to be.
Like scary ass shit.
Yeah.
It's like you see a car on the highway where it's like a hoarder car, dude. That shit is scary as hell.
Dude, we were talking about this because I was saying that I think at Barstool there's probably some of the fattest people on the planet, or not on the planet, not in New York City.
Oh yeah,
I was like, Frank's actually down to like 350. So
good
now
for him.
Frank dropped some LBs.
He's losing weight.
but maybe like 2 years ago, I was saying there's probably a good chance that we have like maybe someone that's in the top 10 for fattest in the city.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking about it and I was like, dude, there's probably some dudes in the city who like have not been outside in like 5 years and weigh like 1,500 pounds.
Yeah, they just can't handle that
They're
walk
melting
up.
into a bed somewhere in
the
Flushing.
neighbor's apartment below is fucking like
it's exploding
down. Yeah. And they're just fucking spread out in the center of the floor.
It like divides their couch.
Yeah. Their TV's on the ceiling, so they don't have to sit up.
Dude, if there's no elevator in the building, like they're not doing that 5-floor walk up.
No.
Oh yeah, dude,
you're done. You're stuck.
There's easily some dude like in fucking Midtown or some shit who's just on the on the 70th floor of a building who just has not moved in a decade.
Yeah.
Have you ever met like freaky Manhattan old people who are like rent controlled? Those people are wild. You'll meet a lady, like a 97-year-old lady who's like crippled over at the park. Because I used to do like man on the street videos here, and I asked her, and she was like, "I'm on disability, and I'm not mentally well." And I'm like, "Where do you live?" And she's like, "Greenwich Village." And you're like, how the fuck are you? What the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
No, there's a lady 2 floors down. She's kind of like my spirit animal, dude. I love her because she's no matter how I'm like, nice day out today, huh? And she's like 65. She's just clearly lived in New York way too long.
Yeah.
And she's furious. Yeah. And she just kind of speaks to me. I'll be like, nice day out today, huh? She's like, yeah, you think it is, but it's fucking cold when you go outside. And then I'm like, yeah, I feel you. They start to get cold. And she's like, yeah, but then all our apartments are hot because this building sucks. She's like 66 years old.
That's
I'm like,
so
man,
great.
That's hilarious.
Man, I love
I wouldn't want to, dude. Living in New York City when you're old would be fucking miserable.
What it
crazy.
I know.
Sounds like a crazy.
Dude, there's
move.
a guy that works in the same building as Barstool, and he's blind. Imagine living in New York when you're blind. That would be a fucking nightmare.
He's like, watch where you're fucking going, pal.
He's probably just getting clipped by like Uber Eats drivers.
The amount of bikes he's been hit by.
The amount of mopeds that slammed into him.
Dude, getting hit by one of those bikes would be fucking That like I was. What do you do in that situation? I think the only if you're just walking and you just get slammed by one of those Uber Eats dudes.
Yeah, I don't know.
You got to brawl. The adrenaline goes through your body.
Swing on him.
It's got to just come to fists.
Dude, Hector's gonna destroy you. Yeah, he's gonna take his hands out of those little gloves and beat the shit out of you.
Those guys fly.
Dude, there was a girl. I shouldn't be laughing at. There was a lady comedian, nice lady. I'm not gonna say her name, but I was like, "How's so and so? How's she been?" It was like I saw one of her friends. She's like, "She's not doing well." I'm like, "What happened?" She's like, "She got hit by a bicycle going really fast." I guess this chick was like walking to a spot, like I had a crosswalk, and just got fucking drilled. Just drilled by some DoorDash, like a fucking Mexican on an e-bike. Just fucking took her out.
Going they go like 70 miles.
Yeah,
per
they're
hour.
Going downhill on an e-bike.
They go faster than any car has ever gone.
In New York City in the bike lane.
Yeah.
Some guy almost hit me on one of those the other day. He ran through a stop sign, and he looked at me like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Dude, you didn't stop on your fucking little bike, dude. That's not on me."
You know what the craziest ones are? Those ones that are just the wheel, the one wheel.
Oh yeah,
with the board,
like the 2 pedals on the side.
Yeah.
And they just lean forward.
Those
and
are
they fucking
psycho.
Fly down the street.
Dude, you know who's on one of those all the time in my neighborhood? I hope you're not friends with him. That guy, fucking Mark Ribelet. You know him? No. He's a guy. He's famous. He's famous, but he's big on Instagram. He makes music and he like freestyles like songs.
He makes like
long
sounds.
hair.
It's kind of like a Reggie Watts thing. If you ever seen him like do a loop and like make a beat on the piano, and then,
I think I know this guy.
It's always like, "Fuck a bird in the butt."
Yeah,
fuck a bird in the butt,
It's
dude.
real millennial shit.
I
dude.
got it. Really?
Oh no, I don't know if I do know this guy.
Fucking hurts my
This
soul.
guy rides one of these,
dude. So
He fucking would.
Dude,
Sorry.
Anytime it's a nice
this guy
day,
grinds my gears for absolutely no reason.
Anytime it's a nice day, he's got that long hair. Dude, anytime it's a nice day, he's in my neighborhood flying around on one of those things, like very pompously, hands at his hips.
That's crazy.
Like flying around on a one wheel, and he's got a song on his Instagram, like one of these, like I saw, and he was like, "Fuck billionaires, fuck billionaires," and I'm like, the fact that you think you're like preaching truth to power, like standing up again, I'm like, you're riding a giant $2,000 tire around one of the most expensive neighborhoods in the world, like with your long hair like flowing in the wind.
I'm like, the bourgeoisie. I'm like, on my one wheel.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah. I see him like 3 times a week, dude.
He's like into it.
Oh no, this is in my neighborhood. This is my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can.
Oh, no, I think that might be.
He's like, "I'm meeting up with other gay guys. We're a bunch of queers who fucking love to ride around on one wheel."
But dude, they are a community.
It's very funny too. It's like gayer than rollerblading.
It's so
way gayer. I respect rollerbladers.
Way gayer.
I have love for the rollerblading.
Dude, rollerblading's kind of sick.
Having a cup of coffee in your hand while doing this.
Look at this guy. My god,
that's gayer than being
every
fucked
time
in
I
the
see
ass.
one of them, I just want to kick the side of the wheel.
Oh, dude, I am
make them spin out.
Every time I see this guy, I have like rage fantasies about throwing thumbtacks in the road.
You got
how is this illegal,
spikes?
Dude?
Imagine like drunk driving one of these things like home from a bar.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's just
you probably clock like 120.
Dude, my buddy got into them in college, and he was like, "Yeah, I got a new mono wheel." And I was like, "You really didn't want to call it a unicycle, right? Is that what the fuck that is? Really couldn't call it a unicycle, huh?"
It's crazy that these are legal though, and then like those fucking bird scooters are illegal in like half of America.
Yeah,
which is probably for the best. I was in Nashville with one of my buddies, and we wanted to go buy Jewel Pods, and we were shit faced. And we were trying to get on those bird scooters, but they just like a curfew on them, so they wouldn't start.
Yeah.
And then we got off, and we were like, that was probably for the best. We were like, that was not going to end well at all.
They should have like a breathalyzer.
Yeah. One of the most embarrassing things that's happened to me was when I lived in Orlando, peak of my drinking days.
Yeah.
And they not only
the
had
bird scooters are big in Florida.
Dude, they're huge in Florida.
In
and they have the bird ones, but then they have these Razor branded ones, which have a seat and a big like a basket in the front. And they go like 25 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's
and they
ridiculous.
go and I was drunk riding one home, and I got a 6-pack from 7-Eleven of Bud Light, and I put it in the front, and I'm hammered, flying, and it's in the middle of an area where people are like drinking. It's on like a Friday, Saturday night. There's all these black dudes on the corner, and I eat shit. All 6 beers shatter and go everywhere, and I'm instantly bleeding, and every dude on the corner was like,
probably loving it.
Like screaming. Dude, I was so embarrassed. It was like a fucking instinct, like a instinctual thing. I just got up and just ran into someone's backyard. I just need to not be seen. I just ran away.
You gotta flee the scene when that happens.
Yeah.
Did you grab the sixer?
No. It was all smashed. I didn't even touch. I was like, I'll get charged for the scooter. I'm not going back near that thing.
That's so funny, dude.
Dude, homeless guys they just grab the city bikes in the city and just throw them into the Hudson. They do. They literally do.
That's gotta be hilarious. So much fucking fun.
Yeah.
I can't imagine having more fun.
It's the ultimate fuck you. Just taking one of those things and just hucking it into the water.
Shitty bikes, fuck you.
That sounds amazing, dude.
Dude, I was they have the wheel scooters in LA, and I was like looking on. They have the little map of my buddy. Yeah. Like, oh, we'll take some of the wheel scooters. Yeah. Whatever. I'm looking on the map, and we like, oh, it's like 5 blocks away. So we walk over there, and it's in a homeless guy's tent. I'm like, that's his now.
Yeah, that's his.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm never.
Dude, I've seen people will just bring the city bikes into like Chipotle and shit, and just like park it next to them and just eat. Yeah. It's like, dude, you're getting charged by them, but they're not because they clearly just stole it from somebody.
Yeah, hopefully.
How do they get them though? Do you think they just see a dude biking and they like some dude that looks like me and they just fucking kick him off and take it?
Yeah,
maybe
one's
or
broken. They find a broken one. They like inspect them all and they know which ones aren't like running properly.
They
or
have
something.
Their tricks. For sure.
They got their tricks. Those guys.
Tricks,
that's so funny. It was in the homeless guy's tent though.
Yeah,
that's
it was
wild.
he was his mind now. He commandeered the bike.
Yeah.
He's like, $10. I suck your dick. You get. Yeah, that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, dude.
One time I was on a bunch of mushrooms and I went to UCF campus and they had those scooters around there and it was the funniest thing that's ever happened to me because I had to take like a quiz to get on it. And I'm on mushrooms and the quiz is like so easy.
Oh yeah.
It was like making me cry laughing. It was like, should you steal this?
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. Dude, that. And then Joe was with me, dude. I was looking at this poster. It was a poster for. I'm just staring at this poster, like crying, laughing, and Joe goes, "What are you laughing at?" I'm like, "This is human trafficking poster."
Yeah.
Because the kid looked like so sad, and he was like sewing, and I'm like.
Yeah.
Like he posed for this. He was like, "Do I look sad and scary? Like, do I look dirty and homeless?" He's
dude,
like a sexy guy too. He's like a hot 18-year-old boy sewing. I was like, "What the fuck, dude?" I'm like, "Okay, if I see this, I'll call the number." If I see any hot, dirty boys,
dude, I've been doing a bit about how the human trafficking signs in the bathrooms at airports.
Oh yeah,
and how some girl at like a show was like, then the joke is like, do you think there's one of those in the women's bathroom that says like stop getting human trafficked? Yeah. And then some girl was like, there's actually is, and she was like, it's a phone number to call, and I was like, that how fucking pointless. Like, do you think? Yeah. Do you think someone's being human trafficked and they just had their phone on the whole time? Yeah. And they're like texting their friends and they're like,
that's so funny too.
If only there was a number to call.
You're like, if you're being trafficked, if you're being trafficked, go to letmego.gov.
Yeah.
What's the Wi-Fi so I can stop getting human trafficked? I have to fucking make a Delta account to human trafficked. It's kind of bullshit. That's so funny. Excuse me, human trafficker. I gotta step away for a moment and make a phone call.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, I mean, it's also like, I don't know, dude. There's so many like TikToks too that are about human trafficking.
Oh, dude.
They're like, if you see a red scarf on the ground near your car, it means
call
that
911 instantly.
Yeah, it means that there's a prowler and he's spotted you. It's because they all think that they're like such a precious little target. Like, I'm sorry, I'm going to be.
No, there's like there was an old meme of that. I forget what it was. You know, those like old Facebook memes where it's just the font with those fucking hilarious emojis.
Yes.
Yeah. And it was like everyone's got a human trafficking story these days. I forget what it was. But it's like
everyone thinks that they're like, oh, if you see a zip tie on the door of a Walmart, that means that you're gonna get trafficked. And it's like, they won't traffic you. Are you a homeless drug addict child? No, you're a 28-year-old white woman who lives in Des Moines. Like, no one is trafficking. What are you talking about?
There's no human traffickers on the campus of Arizona State. Like,
dude, what are you talking
about? That's not where they're
targeting. What was the big one? There was a big like viral one that was like, if there's a tennis ball by your, it was like that, or it was like if there was like a bottle of water on the hood of your car.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And it's like they're waiting for you to move the bottle of water so they can swoop in and grab you.
It's a booby trap.
Yeah,
like it's
fucking Vietnam.
yeah. There's a snare that's you're gonna end up in like John McCain.
Yeah, if you pick up the water bottle, a Vietnamese man is gonna like swing down. And
it's the same reason why they all love true crime.
Yeah,
it's because they're like that. I definitely am a sexy little girl that someone wants to put in the back of the trunk.
As soon as you pick up, it's a booby trap. As soon as you pick up the bottle, it's a trap door. Opens,
underneath,
and you just end up in the trunk of an Impala.
Yeah.
It's
like no, dude. I've seen like the rub and tugs. It's ladies who fucking were on a boat in Vietnam and then they got tricked into being a citizen through this.
I want to
like
try.
That's what happens.
What is it?
It's not some Eastern Europe.
The water bottle thing?
No, I want to try and find this meme. I think I have it saved.
Dude, I love the like low rent like Facebook memes.
They're so dude. I went through a phase where those were I would just read them and they.
Dude,
I
used to follow this page called like it was called like Hustlers Only. I followed this page called Hustlers Only, and it would be like if your girl eats shrimp, her pussy stank. And I'm like share.
Dude, you guys got to check out the best Facebook page by far is called The Bro Thing. One word like brothing, but The Bro Thing.
Yeah.
And it's Indian dudes giving each other tips for their Tinders.
Oh
yeah.
It's unreal,
that sounds
dude.
Unbelievable.
Dude,
that sounds incredible.
And it's like guys like looking for advice, and everybody's earnest, which makes it way funny. But it'll be a guy like, well, I went to match with a girl on Tinder. I told her I would love to take you home to make sweet, nice love to you tonight. And she told me to never talk to her again. So what do you think I did wrong? It's like...
Dude, there's a really brutal.
I can't find this.
The incel stuff. Some of them is like the memes
thing.
of them are
That's
like so.
So
brutal.
this is the accompanying YouTube page.
All right, meeting women at bars and clubs.
Dude, Indian dudes are the most misogynistic people, or not misogynistic. They're the biggest incels.
Oh yeah.
Anytime,
America?
yeah. Anytime you click on one of those, like there'll be a girl that'll post like a fucking Instagram reel of her like dancing or whatever, and then the top comment will be some like Indian dude that's like some jacked Indian dude.
Yeah.
And his comment will be like, fucking kill yourself. I couldn't think of anything.
No, they're
but it'll be
always
something
mean
along
as
those lines.
shit.
Yeah, they hate women.
Yeah, no, it's the classic thing of like, send me bub, and they're like, no, and he's like,
Yeah.
I will kill you in front of you. And you're like, holy hell, Pajit, calm down, relax.
That's literally what it is, dude.
It's like one message, I will find you.
Yeah.
My buddy explained it to me, Anjan, our Indian friend explained it. He was like, because Indians are
look at these fucking swag lords.
He was like, Indians are the horniest group of people, and they have the least amount of skills to deal with it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, so it's like their peak horniness, and then they're got the worst game.
I don't know why that is. Maybe it's because every Indian American is like the son of an engineer. So they just have nerd genes. Like maybe they're just swag lords in India who are just pulling hella. You know, they have like Indian.
I think they get jacked and then they're confused why they're not fucking as much as they want to.
Dude, that's such a fucking.
No, but I genuinely think that's what it is.
It's so
So
funny
then they
getting
take
jacked
that
and then,
anger and they fucking put it into like Instagram comments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny getting jacked and not getting pussy.
Yeah.
No, you're so right, dude. The same thing happened to Anjan. Same thing happened to Anjan. He was our buddy got single. He got single and he was like, dude, I'm just gonna get in like the best shape. I'm gonna get so jacked so that like I'm ready to be single and like be out there.
Yeah.
And then he got in pretty damn good shape.
Yeah.
And he was just like not any better at talking to women. I was like,
you
what you gotta do is just go up to women and just start a conversation and get comfortable doing that. And he was like, nah.
Dude, because those guys, their brains are so damaged from working out like that they like go up to girls and they're using like fucking like
you're gonna be like the foul rivers they drank from.
No, but they go up to girls.
Fumes from the factories in the slums.
They're using like old school pickup lines.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It's like it's crazy to watch. Dude, there'll be like a post on Instagram of a girl being like, my parents were both homeless and I fucking worked up. And I built this company from the ground up, and now I get to travel, and I love to travel. And then the top comment will be like some jacked Indian dude will be like, OnlyFans. Definitely OnlyFans. You fucking whore.
That's the only way women can make money is sluts.
Yeah.
you're selling your body online.
You disgusting piece of shit.
Fooling anyone.
You piece of crap. You fucking. One time I was playing chess with an Indian guy online.
Yeah,
and
sounds about right.
Yeah, and he beat me. And I said, "Good game, dog." And he goes, "I am not a dog." He was so mad at me, and I was like, "No, it's slang like friend." He's like, "Okay."
Dude, do you know Indian people own 50% of the motels in America?
No. It's not shocking at all.
It's true.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
That's a coin toss every time you go into a motel.
I can't say I've ever stayed in a motel.
I have. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I'm a little. I'm
Kind of
showing my
elitist.
ass
You
there.
stayed in
Yeah.
motels?
I don't know if I've ever stayed in a motel either.
No.
I feel like I have.
I've stayed in shitty hotels.
Yeah, I've stayed in some hotels that are borderline motels.
Yeah, I mean, a motel is like, what is the what's the distinction? Is it like proximity to a
park
highway?
your car next to
Yeah,
it.
you park your car right
like next to your
next to the
your
door.
room.
You pull up to your bedroom.
Well, I've done that.
You pull up to your
Yeah.
room.
I pulled up to my room.
That's a motel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, there's
yeah,
a
you're in the
comedy
motel
club
biz.
in Jacksonville that is
It's a motel.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a motel. Have you done that room?
No.
What?
It's like it's a good room, but and it's connected to this motel that's fucking crazy. It's kind of wild.
I've had like in Poughkeepsie, it wasn't technically a motel, but it was
Kind of a
damn near a
motel.
motel.
Where'd
Yeah.
you do? Laugh It Up?
Yeah.
That place is wild.
Yeah,
I mean,
the ground level fucking room.
yeah.
Bed is like dusty. You pull
Yeah.
the sheets off. There's dust in the air.
Yeah. No, my
And then
room
it's
smelled
got
like
one of those.
cigs.
Yeah,
Like
it's got
someone
one of
was
those
blasting
TVs that are
cigs.
this fucking thick.
It's got a
Yeah.
old CRT.
Yeah.
Tube TV.
Yeah.
It hums when it's on.
Yeah.
It's like hot. It's got that like hot dust, you know?
I went to Waco, Texas. Not for comedy, for something else, for Barstool,
Vacation.
and that no,
What do you want to
That
see?
was-
Ground Zero?
yeah. Which, dude, that
And
city,
then Ruby Ridge right after.
yeah, that city is like trying to repair its reputation for the cult.
Yeah.
and the whole city looks like it just like they just sprung it up in one afternoon.
Oh.
It looked like the Netflix documentary dropped, and then they were like, the whole city got together and like, let's get to work and
Yeah.
start making fucking shit.
Yeah.
It's like
It's
all
just like empty buildings.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like new outdoor
Yeah.
mall-y.
Yeah.
Kinda,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like all weirdly almost gentrified, but not
Yeah,
really. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
Like
it's all
yup-
strip malls.
Yeah, they're trying to
Yeah.
make it like Yuppieville for some
Yeah.
reason. They're like, Waco's actually like, it's
Yeah.
like the place to
Yeah.
be.
Dude,
Heard about
Waco's-
Rogan's thinking about opening up a second location. out
It's going to be a mothership Waco.
y'all hear Kill Tony's moving to Waco? Hey. They're going to do it live out of the Waco Mall.
Yeah, they're doing Kill Tony out of a silo now. No, those places in Texas scare the shit out of me.
Yeah, dude, they're creepy.
Like Katy, Texas, or whatever. Like, you know, it's just like, what the fuck is this fucking place?
Everyone's
Yeah,
on
middle
it.
of nowhere.
It feels like everyone you talked about there is like 1 second away from just like shooting you in the head.
Yeah, they're ready.
Yeah.
You get it. You kinda
Every like
get it.
scary, like, it was like that thing we watched the other day with the guy with the shotgun. What part of Texas was that?
Oh, that was Lubbock, Texas.
Lubbock. You know, and you're like, oh
Dude,
god,
yeah, we
everyone's
watched this-
shooting each other in the face with a shotgun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, there's some places you go where you just like you can't joke.
No.
Yeah, nothing's funny out there.
Well, how you doing, man?
Yeah.
it's
When I was
all-
in Huntsville, it was like certain shit was just like, no, we don't think that's funny.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
actually the stuff that you would think that they would think is funny, they don't think is funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I think they like you do like a racist joke.
Oh,
and it
yeah, they
seems
don't
like-
wanna be
It
associated
seems like
with
they think that you're trying to like appeal to them.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
And they instantly they're all like,
yeah.
No, it's like doing a black scent in the hood room.
Yeah,
They're like, we
yeah.
see right through you. Dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
You
are
don't
doing?
actually hate Jews.
We do. Yeah,
This is a
Yeah.
facade.
yeah.
It's crazy.
I did that in Ocala. Like, I had some like fucking Chinese joke or something, and they were like, "Nope, we're not giving you that."
Yeah.
And I think they're almost worried, like they're being watched. I think they consume so much Fox News. They're like, "I'm going to get
Yeah.
canceled." I'm like,
Yeah.
"You work at a horse farm in
Yeah.
Ocala. Like You're the guy who can laugh at the Chinese stuff."
Yeah.
This face your act's a double agent.
yeah. Dude,
I think the middle act's part of the LGBTQ community.
Mafia.
I think he's saying Antifa.
that deep south is like nothing. Like I've never been. Like I've been to like fucking Texas a bunch. I've been everywhere in Texas. I've been to Georgia, Louisiana, but dude, like Alabama, like fucking deep Alabama was
Yeah.
like, oh my god,
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
they're talking about New York like it's fucking Star Wars.
Yeah, it
Crazy.
is kind of Star Wars.
They're like, I could never go up to New York.
Yeah.
That's like you. And the lady's like on the phone with her son. She's like, I got a boy in the car right now who said he's from New York City.
Dude. So
all the way down.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
It's nuts, dude. And then I was leaving Alabama, and I was in the airport, and there's one TSA dude. He's running like the whole operation.
Yeah.
And they all stop and talk to him for like 30 minutes.
They're like, well, hi.
Yeah. I haven't flown since before 9/11. I'm a little nervous, I'll tell you. they're all living like they're about to die instantly.
Yeah.
Like in any moment they're gonna die.
The whole security system is just some fat guy that pats you down.
Dude, literally.
There's like no technology.
Yeah. It's one dude who sits there, and the line is like, it's not long, but it's still, it takes longer than it would for like a busy day at like JFK.
Yeah.
Because everyone sits and they're like, and how's Beth doing?
They know him personally.
They all know each other.
They're
It's
like,
crazy.
Shame what happened to Rick.
Yeah.
Really upset. Anyway.
We were Ubering home from the club one night, and there was like this Uber driver who was like cool. And then at the end, he was like, so anyways, I'm a preacher, and I'm actually, he's like, and he starts handing us like pamphlets. He's like, you guys should come to mass tomorrow. Hear what I got to say.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, absolutely not.
He's plugging his mass.
Yeah, that'd be awesome,
Yeah.
dude. If it was like a Pentecostal wild one, you're in the woods, he's got snakes, he's speaking in tongues.
Dude, I'd
like to check it out.
When I used to do like a YouTube travel fucking whatever show, but when I did it at Floribama, which is on the border of Florida and Alabama, they have a thing called the mullet toss. And it's a contest to see who could throw this dead fish called a mullet the furthest across the state border.
Yeah.
So they're all on the beach.
Yeah.
And they're just and the guy that won was like he was drafted to the MLB. Yeah. Dude, he threw the dead fish like 160 feet. He just gunned the fish, dude. And so and it's packed. Like it's a huge event. And there's like basically a big strip, like a football field, where people are throwing, and there's a crowd. There's people get seats. Yeah. They're reserving seats, and there's an announcer.
That sounds awesome.
And he's announcing it. So at the end for the video, we like had me go up there to throw a fish, just to like it's like I look like an idiot throwing the fish.
Yeah,
like some B-roll shit. I go up there and I'm wearing jeans, and literally the entire time the announcer be like, "All right, this is Jeff from Mississippi. Jeff, give me your best toss." And I get up there and he goes. Looks at me and I'm wearing jeans.
Yeah.
It's like a hot summer day. He goes, "Son, did you know you was coming to the beach today?" Yeah. and I was like, "I'm sorry, man." And I was like, "I'm from New York." And then I had a terrible toss.
Oh,
You have to run and chase your fish after you toss. So I'm running in front of like 500 rednecks. He goes, "Look at them blue jeans." Dude, they're all like, "Yeah." They're like, "Don't worry, folks. He's a little slow. He's from New York." And dude, I was like the retard Yankee for about like 2,000 people.
Dude, that's great.
I fit every stereotype they wanted to be true. Like I'm just like a dumb non-binary jean wearing homo.
You're so gay to them.
Dude. I was like,
that's what, dude. When I was on stage, and like it was the only time I've ever been on stage where I felt like the crowd. Like there was one show specifically where they papered the room, because I didn't sell any tickets out there.
No,
and it's fucking. First of all, the people get to the room like 2 hours before the show, because they're eating dinner.
Yeah,
and then they sit and they're catching up with the whole town. It's pretty much like town hall, and I'm the fucking act.
Yeah,
and dude, it felt like they were laughing at me. Like it did not feel like they were laughing at my jokes. They were more like, this kid's fucking retarded. Dude, like they at one point, it was kind of embarrassing. One lady, she said, "Bless you, bless your heart," and I was like, "Thank you." and then they're all fucking like, dude, flipping tables, howling laughing. And I'm like, what's so funny about that? And they're like, it means fuck you.
Yeah.
And I was like, God damn it.
Yeah, you didn't know about bless your heart?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Sweating my dick off.
Like, may the Lord be with you.
Yeah.
So may the Lord be with you. You're like, you too.
Yeah.
They're like, it means you're gay.
Yeah.
Just calling you stupid.
I went to, I did Ocala. They used to have a show in Ocala at a horse casino. And it was like a horse track. It's like Ocala is like famous for their horses, like horse breeding. They got more horses than people. And I used to make fun of them all the time. I actually really liked it after. I would just be like, "Yeah, you guys, what are you doing after this? Selling horse cum, you fucking freaks." And they like that. But they hated me before that. Yeah. And I was bombing. I had to do like 25. I was bombing for like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And I said, "What do you guys think? I'm some fucking gay snowflake from the big city Orlando?"
Yeah.
And they applauded.
Dude, that exact same thing happened to me.
Yeah.
I thought it would be like a joke. I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm from New York. Like I'm whatever." And they were like, "Yeah."
No,
like, we think that about you.
You're like a gay Yankee.
Yeah.
Dude, dude, when I would go, like, when I lived in Florida, there are all those little clubs you can go headline, and some of them are packed out because it's the only thing in the town.
Yeah.
And they can be fun. I remember the one I did was in the middle of nowhere, ended up being a great time, but afterwards, like, the guy who, like, owned the place or was booking it was like, "So where are you living, man?" And I was like, "Orlando." He was like, "We're in Orlando." And I was like, downtown Orlando?" He's like, how much money are you making off of comedy? And I was like, it's Orlando. It's like $300.
Yeah.
What's your rent, 90 cents? What are you talking about?
If it's where I think it is, yes.
Yeah.
If we're talking about Lakeland?
Yeah, around there. It was.
Yeah, I can.
I'm not trying to.
I'll bleep it. I'll bleep it.
Yeah.
But I think, no, that's nothing, dude.
Yeah,
that's the woods.
If you bleep me, it was.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
That guy's a nice guy.
I like him.
But he was like, holy guacamole! You're rolling it. I'm like, it's fucking Orlando.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I'm like, it costs more money to live in Gaza, dude. It's Central Florida.
So
we're going booming real estate market.
We're fleeing Palestine.
Dude.
We're going to
Yeah, dude. You would have thought
near Orlando.
You would have thought I told him I was living in like Malibu.
Yeah.
What the
yeah, dude.
Some places like that, like I don't know. I'm trying to think of like the weirdest. Huntsville was up there. Huntsville ended up actually being kind of fun though. Most of the shows were good.
Is that what Star Lounge or whatever it's called?
That's Punchline, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Ontario, California was shocking.
Where is that?
That was, dude, it's like an hour away from LA.
Orange County.
No. The
North?
Opposite direction.
North.
South.
Wait, Orange County South.
Orange County South?
Yeah.
Fuck. LA's like here on the map. It's here.
Oh, it's east.
It's
east.
Oh, yeah, that's no man's land.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, I think it's. I don't know. No.
Well, look it up, Ian. Where's Ontario, California?
Anyways, I sold probably like 10 tickets for 5
Ontario.
shows.
Nice.
And they papered the room, and it was me, and it was like old.
Oh, yeah.
Like Mexican bikers with like leather jackets and like handlebar mustaches on.
That's a brutal.
Yeah.
That's a brutal mix.
And it was like, dude, it was a fucking battle up there.
Yeah.
Like shows where you get off and you're like, there's not even anything I could have done.
No, they just weren't going to like me.
Yeah, it was like, what? I was against all the odds there.
Yeah.
That was
You don't even feel like you bombed. I guess you literally did have a bad set, but you're like, that doesn't count.
No.
Well, then
like
it comes around and becomes funny again.
Yeah.
Where you're like, that was hilarious.
Dude,
I was just horrible for 45 minutes.
Yeah. But it was like, dude, like if something happened and all of a sudden I'm selling out arenas, if I went back to Ontario, those people would still have not come to the show.
Yeah, be exactly.
Yeah. They still would have hated it. Like there was no chance to do well.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was like a lie I told myself early on in comedy. It's like, a better comic could have whatever. And I'm like,
hate
it's not right.
No.
He just wouldn't have done it because he's better than this room.
Yeah. It was
That's
like
the reality.
ex-cons, dude.
Yeah. They fucking
Dudes
hate
with
that
like
shit.
cartoon mustaches that are like here to like down here.
Yeah, they're like, we didn't fucking like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, bro, Lil Sas is a little fucker, bro.
Bro, I don't even like that guy, man.
Hey, bro, like I thought he was funny. Like I saw him on Sean Gardini's podcast, and I was like, I thought I was gonna be a fan. Bro.
Yeah.
Man, he's like slow or something.
Yeah, guys, he's fucking retarded, man.
Yeah, dude, it's just you see the crowd and you just know. You're like, dude, my material, like it's not. I'm gonna go up there. I'm gonna be talking about fucking renting a U-Haul and like Dick's Sporting Goods. They're gonna be like, dude, this sucks.
Yeah,
dude,
you suck.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
it's so funny when you bomb a headlining set because you're like, I was just unfunny for like the length of a Sopranos episode.
Yes.
Like people, like you could, like people had 3 bathroom breaks, and like the third time they came back, and I still wasn't funny.
Yeah,
I
was
bombed
still bad,
really bad in Deltona, Florida, and it was
bonkers,
and they never had talked.
The Circle. It's called the Circle.
What that place is brutal. It's like a ballroom.
It's a ballroom.
It's like the size of a football field, and there are like 125 people in there that they just have 12 tables of 12 that are just spread out in a ballroom.
It's in the middle of nowhere in Florida, and it's like attached to their visitor center. And they put a makeshift comedy club in it.
Yeah.
It might be, the room itself might be 40,000 square feet. I mean, it is
so big.
Hilarious.
I have a great one.
Big.
Yeah.
Dude, me and Francis Ellis, we were co-headlining a casino, and it was because at the time Barstool was owned by this company, Penn Casinos.
Yeah.
And so they were like, if you guys go down and do the show, we'll pay you well, and then just like hang out and gamble with the fans after, whatever.
Yeah.
And I drove from New York to West Virginia. It was like an 8-hour drive. Mm-hmm. And you should never be approaching the club and be like, damn, this is like beautiful out here.
Yeah.
Because there was nothing. I was like in the mountains, dude.
Yeah.
I was in the mountains of West Virginia. I'm like there hasn't been a house in the last 2 hours. And the whole thing was like, all right, we sold 75 tickets. So I was like, oh, that's not bad at all. And they're like, the room fits 200. And we're like, all right, that's totally doable. Yeah. I was like, I've done that before. It's not going to be like a blast, but it's going to be completely fine. Dude, we show up. It does not fit 200. It fits 2,000 people. Oh. It's a theater. It's a full-on theater with 75 people. God. And it's like, we have no host. So like Francis goes up, cold opens, does 45. I go up, do 45. The room was so big and so empty that every time you would talk, your voice would smack the back wall and then come back. And eventually I was like, is this just me that hears this? Or like, do you guys hear this too? I'm like, no, we've been hearing the echo the entire time. And dude, it's so big and so empty, and they have the fucking, it's literally a theater, so they have the projectors up with like us, like tracking us on the projector. And I'm like, dude, they can't even, they're so close to the stage, they can't even see the projector.
Yeah.
It was the worst gig.
That's so one of those where you want to just ask the crowd like halfway through, like, you want to just go to a bar?
Yeah, let's just go gamble.
Let's just go to a bar.
Yeah. Let's just gamble after this. Let's not even do this.
They had like security guards and shit.
Yeah.
Because it's like they were expecting it to be a fucking like
madhouse.
Yeah, I had that the Sunday at Wesley Chapel. Side Splitters is amazing, but their second room is in a movie theater.
Yeah.
They gave me like 7 shows, which is a mistake.
Yeah,
and, it was like the weekends are fun, but then it was like the Sunday show. It's like there was like 6 tickets sold.
Yeah,
and the place seats like 250 people.
Yeah.
And I'm in there, and I was doing a headlining set. I'm just bombing so badly that like, because it's impossible. And I just started having friendly small talk with people. I'm like, "What's your name, man?" He's like, "I'm Gary." Dude, and I was like, "What do you do for a living, man?" He's like, "I'm a farmer." I'm like, "Oh, that's sick." So is that like a big industry around? I'm like, literally, I just stopped trying to be funny like 30 minutes
in. I was curious about strawberries.
I am literally going to get to know these people for 15 more minutes and then never come back.
Dude, it should be at that situation. It should be like, let's just all go sit down somewhere and just like chat. Yeah,
it'll be more.
We'll laugh way more.
I'll be funnier at the bar than here. No questions asked.
Yeah,
I'll buy everyone in here a beer. It's fine.
No, I've been there. I'm like, there's 80 of you. I'll pay you to leave.
Yeah,
I'll pay you to leave. I actually would pay you to go. Like, I'll pay you to go. I'll come with you, but let's leave.
Dude, I did Buffalo last year, and it was the same weekend that the Bills game got flexed to Saturday because they were playing the Dolphins, and we canceled the late show.
What time of the year?
It's winter. And so we canceled the late show. We moved the early show to like 6 p.m. And there was like 10 people there.
Yeah,
and they're all wearing Bills gear. They're all like going to the game. There's like one person working because everyone else is at the game. Buffalo's the only city I've ever been to where the entire city goes to the game.
Yeah,
every single person goes to the game.
Yeah, it's not it's not a huge city.
They were understaffed for the early show at Maddie's like for like a little bit.
Yeah,
because I did this spot before, and then like halfway through the show, there was like a ton of staff members. They were all across the street at the Sabres game, and they like half the staff walks in and just like, "We won!" They're like on the clock,
like let's go Sabres.
Yeah, dude, it's those show, and it's like 10 people, and they're like, they're all there. They're all just like checking their phone, being like, "How long is this Uber going to take to get to the stadium?" I was going to the game. I was like, let's just wrap this up now, and let's all just fucking get there on time.
Yeah, dude. I was on the way there when it was Maddie's show because I'm like, she's on Wild and Out, and I'm in my dad's car. My dad, I was like, "You want to come see me do stand-up?" He's like, "Sure." So he drives me over there, and I'm so hungover. I'm like already like panicky, and halfway through, I'm like, is this going to be like a black crowd? And I was like, I don't think I can handle that.
Yeah, I can't be hungover for black people.
In like the least racist way possible, I was like, if I walk in and it's all black people, I'm going home. I don't have this. I don't have it in me. They're going to hate me. Like I'm at a level that only white people can find me funny right now.
They're like, oh, he's like a little under the weather.
Yeah, exactly.
That guy's like, oh, why he's sick? Bro, sick.
Bro, look like a ghost.
Hey, go throw up, man. What the fuck? No, they hate that, dude. I like have such a 0 or 100 record with black crowds.
Yeah.
I've done like probably literally 10 or 12 shows and just ate my cock on 8 of them. But like 3 or 4 of them were like the greatest I've ever done.
Yeah, you either like they're carrying it out on their shoulders. Or
they
either absolutely adore you or they're like,
Yeah.
I told you my buddy Trent is a black dude in Boston. There was one black room in Boston, and he said he was halfway through a set and he's bombing, and some guy just goes, "This ain't for you."
Dude, I've had like when I do shows, there'll be like a couple black people there, and if they're laughing, I'm like, I'm fucking killing it.
Yeah, I'm the man.
And then I did a show. I did Derek Drescher's show.
Yeah.
And it was downstairs at the stand, and I was having a great set. I was like, this is going well, but there was a dude in the front who was wearing like a wife beater, and he was jacked, and he just had his arms crossed, and he just didn't even not laughing, but like genuinely angry.
Yeah.
And Derek said that they're like friends. And Derek said he DM'd him after the show, and he was like, "Great show, white boy dumb though."
Right? Yeah, dude, I love that shit.
I opened for Donnell Rawlings at Helium, and his feature act now opens for Chappelle too, because Donnell's always open for him. His feature act is this guy Marshall Brandon.
Yeah,
this guy is like 50-year-old black dude. He's like one of the best comedians I've ever seen.
Yeah,
to this
I know
day.
that guy.
Dude, he's ridiculous. He annihilates.
Yeah,
he was like getting standing ovations as a feature.
Yeah.
At a club. I'm like, this guy's ridiculous. And I was hosting, and like 3 of the shows I did well, and then 2 of them just ate my cock. And my closer at the time, I was like 2 years in. It was so fucking lame. It was this story about some girl at this party doing mushrooms, and the big line was like, she thought it was, she told me to get out of the house, but it was like my apartment. But I like roundabout way, like, it was like a 3-minute story that ended with that very unsatisfying punchline. Yeah. And I was like closing with it. And I asked the guy, I'm like, hey, that usually kills. Why isn't it working? He's like, man, that shit's too long. And he was like, I was like, what should I do? And Marshall Brandon was just like, if I was there, I'd be like, bitch told me to leave. I'm like, bitch, this is my house. And I was like, that's funnier than anything I've ever written. That's literally... You
took your 3-minute thing and made it 2 sentences?
You took my 3-minute thing and made it 9 seconds, and I'm laughing at my bit that you rewrote.
Yeah, that's like...
You cut 98% of it, and it's 10 times funny.
It is funny, like, black dudes will, like, mean mug you and be like... Because they give you this energy, like, I'm funnier than this shit. And
but they are.
Yeah, exactly. You might be funnier 100% than this shit.
Yeah.
Yes, you might be.
Anything you say will be funnier than the best 10 minutes that I wrote.
Dude. Yeah, dude. It's like a cheat code. This guy's got a cheat code.
Yeah.
I just started following the 85 South guys.
Oh, yeah.
Those guys are
so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy who was making... Dude, the clip you sent me.
Castleberry?
Dude, they're in...
Castleberry.
They're in an arena in Orlando, and they start... One of them's Chico Bean, starts crowd working with a guy in the crowd, another black dude. And the guy's from Castleberry, and just the fact that it sounds like a nice neighborhood, he just starts roasting the guy for living in a nice place.
Yeah.
And he's annihilating with 20,000 people.
Yeah.
Like, this fucking
There's
loser
like 4
lives
of
in a
them
nice
on
neighborhood.
stage. 2 of them are sprinting back and forth. And they're like, this is our live podcast. And you're like, what the fuck, dude?
It's so... No,
those guys are so
entertainment.
unbelievably funny.
I remember Colum telling me about... We were talking about some comedian, and I was saying, like, he kills... And or we were talking about like a big guy, and I was like, he kills more than like most comedians do. And he was like, dude, have you ever gone to like a black comedian like headlining show? And I was like, no. And he was like, there's not a single white comedian that kills nearly. He's like, I forget who he went and saw, but he said he went and saw some black comedian with like one of his buddies, and they were the only 2 white guys there. They went to Caroline's, and he was like, dude, it's like, the laughter is like contagious. He was like, at one point, I legitimately got up and started pacing around the room because I was laughing so hard.
Yeah.
He's like, people are like taking like glasses and just fucking throwing them.
I watched Godfrey kill so hard at Laugh Boston that people stopped laughing and they were all screaming. It was 300 people going, screaming like they're on a roller, like they're in a horror movie.
Yeah.
Screaming.
Yeah. I saw Godfrey with Sean Philippe, and we were both laughing so hard, and he was seated like directly behind me, and he was grabbing me, rocking back and forth, like grabbing my shoulders. And I was like, this feels actually appropriate.
Yeah.
Dude, Tommy Davidson. I was for Tommy Davidson. I bombed in front of black crowds like 12 times at Helium. In Buffalo, 'cause it's like a black room.
Yeah.
And when I was like new in comedy, I would go back home and do shows there, just eat my cock for 5 times in a row.
Yeah.
But I was hosting, and Donnell's one thing. But Tommy Davidson got famous in 1990, 5 years before I was born.
Yeah.
It's black grandmothers.
Oh, yeah.
And I was bombing hosting, eating it. And I remember one time I bombed hosting. I'm like, all right, you guys ready for your headliner? I bring up Tommy Davidson, and it's an R&B song, and he dances his way up the ramp onto the stage, and he's literally hits me in stride with a dap mid-dance, and then he rips his shirt off. He's absolutely jacked, and he starts mime face fucking an old lady in the front row. He's air face fucking her. He is now, upon face fuck, getting a standing ovation. I'm like, dude, he face fucked an old lady. He hasn't said a word. He's killing twice as hard as my best bit.
Dude, yeah, you'll never.
If you did that, you would have been arrested on stage.
You'd get the shit beat out of you.
Dude, if I went up on stage and started face fucking a lady in the crowd, it would be on like TMZ.
Local comedian.
I would be shocked.
No, you'd have criminal charges.
Local comedian face. Adorable black grandmother.
It would be up there with like fucking Michael Richards. Those would be like the two clips.
Sources are saying this is worse.
I'd probably get a call from Michael Richards and be like, dude, like you're gonna get through this.
This is what you do. You go on Jimmy Kimmel and you keep calling them Negroes. Did you keep calling them Negroes? He's like, I love Negro Americans, and you're like, what the fuck?
And the crowd was like howling laughing.
And he's like dead starkly serious.
Seinfeld's like, stop laughing. No laughing.
No, I'm serious. No, my friend is racist. Listen to him. Listen to my racist friend of all.
Dude, that's a video that you watch back and you're like, every time I watch it back, I'm like, this is gonna be funny. And then you watch it back and you're like, no. You're like, this is like the most uncomfortable thing I've ever watched.
Yeah, it's a man losing his mind.
Yeah, that video is shocking.
It's like that one dude, Pablo Francisco, losing his mind on stage. Like he took a bunch of acid and he keeps repeating the same joke over and over and over again. You're like, that sounds hilarious. And you watch it, like, oh god.
Yeah, it's a grown man in a K-hole in front of 400.
Yeah, he's having a horrible mental breakdown, and you're like, god damn. And that like ruined his whole career.
I'm sure.
He was like really on top of it. Everyone loved,
Pablo Francisco.
He had a huge thing going.
Yeah, I've heard he crushes.
He still crushes.
Does like a lot of impressions and stuff.
He's still like, I mean, I think he's a good comic. From what I understand, he hasn't exactly written a new bit in a while. It's like the word on the street.
No,
doing the same stuff for like 8 years.
Pablo's not that prolific.
No, Pablo's not hitting the notebook too much.
Oh man,
poor Pablo. Poor Pablo.
Dude, it's so funny. You do the podcast with that guy Rone, right?
Yeah.
It's so funny to me that his two podcast co-hosts are you and Patrick.
I know.
It's so funny.
I know.
To imagine he's talking to Pat Bev about like
getting
in a fight with Dylan Brooks, and then he just sits down with you to talk about how the fucking hilarities was.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, Pat Bev will like call Rone while we're recording, and he'll be like, "What are you doing?" And Ron will be like, I'm doing Son of a Boy Dad. And I'll be like, man, you're still doing that whack-ass pod?
Still doing that bullshit?
Still doing that bullshit.
That's hilarious.
That's so funny.
Sorry we can't get fucking Mark Cuban on every episode. The guests that they get are fucking insane.
I would imagine, right? Like Draymond Green and shit.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, it's insane. It's
very cool.
That's pretty... Rone was... I don't know that guy, but like to be just like... Because didn't they randomly pair them up?
Yeah.
Because they weren't friends before.
No, they weren't friends. But Rone did a podcast with Deion Sanders last year.
Wow.
But it didn't do well. So then they switched it.
Should they
Pat
just
Bev, but Pat Bev is like naturally good good at it.
Yeah.
Like he's naturally hilarious.
You think Deion wasn't like...
I don't think Deion's much of a joke guy.
Coach Prime isn't like cracking wise?
No.
This guy's out of his doggone mind.
How did they end up doing? I really got sucked into Colorado for like the first 3 games, and I have not paid attention to it. They stink, right?
They're the worst team in the they lost the last 8 games.
4-8 or something now?
They went 4-8, I think, right?
Dude, they're 1-8.
4-8. In the last 9 games, they're 4-8. Or that might be their division. I don't know.
No, they're 4-8.
What
is 1-8? What is that?
Yeah,
in the
scroll
division.
up.
In the division.
Conference.
Yeah.
Well,
they're
Washington's
the worst team in the entire
unreal.
conference.
Dude, they beat Colorado State, and they were 30-point favorites, and they stormed the field.
And they beat them in like double overtime.
Yeah. They beat them by like a field goal.
Yeah, it was actually very close.
Colorado stormed the field.
Yeah, dude.
The Oregon thing. I mean, I think honestly, after the Oregon thing happened, there was no recovery.
Yeah, no, they just got trounced.
Yeah,
that was brutal.
The video that Oregon put out.
Yeah,
did you guys watch that video?
I didn't see it,
dude. It's like
pull that up.
Dude, it's humiliating.
Is it like after they fucking?
It's before Oregon puts out like a highlight reel like after every game, and Colorado shows up and they're like stomping on the O the day before the game.
Jesus.
And
is it this Ducks versus them?
Yeah, and
That's
they're just like ripping on them.
Yeah,
like Colorado kids are like going up to Oregon's coaches, being like, "You guys are toast. Like we're gonna fucking whoop you guys."
So
what was the final score? The final score was like 45-3 or something.
It was very, very bad. It was really bad.
It was literally it looked 42-6. Yeah,
really, really.
It
bad.
was, dude. It was the shit that they were talking was
crazy.
See if you can find like one line of we finna run. Yeah,
we finna run through y'all ass. Pause.
And your
beat
coach.
up you and your coach.
Yeah,
right,
tell him, Sanders.
And then they won
46 to or 42-6.
This shit ain't nothing. It was something.
Oh, they're stomping on the O.
They got really cocky, huh?
Dude.
They're gonna murder.
Dude, going back to the locker room after that.
It's so funny to show up. We're
gonna
kill you. We're gonna kill all you and kill your coaches. You lose 5 touchdowns.
It had to have been. They all definitely were pointing fingers at one dude, being like, "You're the one that started trash talking him first. You didn't have to stomp on the O."
Yeah, that was a bit much. Yeah, Chandler, you didn't have to wipe your cleats on the O. Yeah, that was a lot.
You told her tight end you were going to kill his mom.
Yeah, Shador, you said you'd beat the shit out of his firstborn son. I didn't think that was okay.
Dude, going back into, that had to have been just sitting there being like, I said to report a murder. I told him to report a murder against the Ducks.
Yeah, which is so funny.
I can't show my face again.
Yeah, I'm banned from the state of Oregon.
Yeah,
that was just that's cringy, dude.
You want to watch some clips?
Let's watch some clips and get out of here.
Sure, you need the headphones.
Oh yeah,
you do need the headphones. Wait, I guess this one works without the sound. Still, it's just Antonio Brown.
Let's watch this. I'm so excited. The
middle one.
Yeah, can we watch the middle one? Ian?
This one's. Have you seen this guy?
It's a motivational video.
Harmozy, dude. He's one of these like optimal bros.
Yeah, he's trying to get you to eat nothing but raw meat.
Yeah. He's on T. He's got a huge beard.
Yeah.
Slaves worked all the hours they were awake for their entire lives. In American history, in Egyptian history, in the rest of the world that had slaves, which is most of the world at some given point. I think, if they can do it, so can I. Do they have a happy existence? Well, they didn't get to pick the work they did. But it means that you can work. That's if you have the cat behind you. You can work every hour of the day. I'm like, well, if you get to have the cheese and you get to eat the cheese the whole way you're going, then, there's the famous quote, the person who loves walking walks further than the person who loves the destination.
Yeah. That's a great quote about slavery.
It's so funny to use historic tragedies as motivation. Just be like, the people in Auschwitz, they intermittent fasted.
Yeah, I can fast for a week if they can fast for 30, 40 days at a time.
Fasted for a month straight.
They fasted for a month straight and they didn't even have shoes.
Man,
that's so crazy.
What a psychotic.
What did he say at the end? That didn't even go anywhere.
No, I think he was like the man who loves walking goes.
So what does that mean?
The man who loves the destination.
The person who loves walking walks further than the person who loves
Slaves
the
loved the
destination.
destination.
You gotta love being a slave.
They loved
the
freedom.
Implication there.
Yeah, literally the implication is that you have to love working constantly and that's actually good. It's good to work.
So funny.
If I get to pick the cheese, I'm gonna get that cheese.
The problem was the slave didn't have no cheese.
Yeah.
If the slave had good cheese,
what it really comes down to is the cheese, and you gotta the slaves, they didn't get to pick their cheese. They got blue cheese, they got Swiss. See me, I want American cheese.
Yeah.
Those 9/11 jumpers, they faced their fears. They jumped off the edge.
They weren't thinking about the bottom of the ground. They were thinking about getting out of the building. You know what I mean?
See, when you think about 9/11, you think about it, the trajectory that they never even thought about going back down. They were only thinking about going up.
Yeah,
they didn't even have a place to park. Yeah,
that's the winner mindset. You can't be thinking about the decline.
Yeah.
You only got to be thinking about the incline.
Man, if I'm a terrorist and I don't have a winning mentality, I might just go park the plane. If I'm not thinking about the journey on the way to the towers, I'm not the man who loves the towers.
And you're right, there might be some turbulence on the way. You might get thrown some Swiss cheese in the middle.
You're like, shit, man, I forgot my box cutters. What are you gonna do? I don't have my box cutters. What am I I going to do?
Boston to New York, that's not a short flight. All right? There's going to be some turbulence. You might get some Parmesan in the middle.
You got to hold that.
You might have to buy one of those fucking lunch boxes that are $23.95 if you want cheese. But how bad do you want to crash into the World Trade Center? It's really just about a hustler's mentality.
No, you're flying this plane. You don't even get those $30 cold cuts. You know what I mean? Like, you just focus on the journey.
You're buying a stupid bottle of barefoot wine for $16.
What else, dude? The first one is so funny. We'll
Antonio
watch
Brown.
No.
Oh yeah, this guy.
This is the other guy. The first one, yeah.
This is this guy. So he does impressive lifting feats for Jesus Christ.
All right.
Yeah,
in honor of our Lord.
And this one's called Beef Bone Mania.
This is Jim Bassett coming to you from Filthy Dreams Training Center, Oakville Outreach. Here we're going to make an attempt at a right-handed beef bone lift. This 120-pound chain with a beef bone on it adds a few more pounds.
So he said it's 20 pounds?
120.
Oh.
Still not that much.
No.
The way down's harder. Oh, come on, you got it, man.
Come on, dude.
You got this. Here we go.
Sweet smile. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Supernatural strength.
That guy's body is fucking crazy.
It's insane.
Why are his legs double the size of his torso?
He's been squatting beef bones. Dude.
Yeah.
Dude, what a sad part of the country where you're lifting animal remains. You're like, today I'm going to bench press a cadaver of a deer. See how many reps I can get.
I'm going to sit on the back end of a F-450 making a seesaw.
I'm an old-time strength evangelist that desires to give people hope in Christ.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty hopeful.
I mean,
his legs are hilarious. Like,
dude, it would be one thing if he was
scary.
putting up like fucking 900 pounds.
I mean, he is.
I don't think
around. He is.
I don't think lifting up 120 pounds is enough for people to like change their religion.
It's genuinely. Yo, he's doing neck ups for God.
That has to have fucked up his body forever.
There's no way he doesn't have like 7 herniated discs.
Oh my God.
What the fuck? Neck work using all back.
Yeah, I mean, what? Okay, like, yeah. Are we judging his form?
Is this a real piece of workout equipment, or did he just make that himself, dude?
Imagine that guy. I mean,
that can't be a real thing.
Like, it is funny. You're not supposed to judge fat guys at the gym. But if you put 3 balls around your head and tape it, I don't care how big you are. I'm going, what the fuck is this guy's problem? What's he got there?
Chains?
Chains. This guy loves, like, strange objects.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's a big trend in the weightlifting community, though.
Chains?
Yeah, you can't be lifting regular weights anymore. Yeah.
You got to have, like, a tire.
Like,
and
what
like
are those?
A hammer.
Thor's hammer?
Yeah, literally hammers.
Dude, he's obsessed with working his neck.
Yeah.
He's completely skipped the biceps and got straight to the neck workouts.
A lot of people don't know that, but actually you lose the most weight by working on your neck first.
Yes.
Oh, that was the ultimate catfish. That upper body.
Oh, yeah. He's pulling a real
He looks like he's
profile.
maybe 190 in that photo.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like probably 215 tops, you know?
Keeping 70% of his weight in his thighs.
That sucks, dude. I know if I got fat, I'd be all gut, dude. I'd look crazy.
I'm all love handles, dude. I would just keep getting wider and wider.
Yeah, you'd look like fucking Squidward.
I really would.
No, this guy looks like Squidward.
I would look like SpongeBob.
It'll go straight to your thighs, and then you'll blow up.
Where's he getting these bones?
He ate it, dude. He definitely ate a cow. New bone I found.
Dude, you know that weighs like 4 pounds.
Yeah. I've been keeping this one under my bed. I gnaw on it before.
Yeah.
He's like a dog. He just curls up with a bone.
What do we, you got, let's see that Antonio
The last
Brown.
one we got is just Antonio Brown looking psychotic.
I think I saw this.
This is so much fun, dude.
Antonio Brown's tweets lately have been fucking crazy.
You're insane.
What I I should follow him.
He's just tweeting and he's like, "This CTE shit is no joke."
Him and I think John Jones' brother were like coming back and forth each other on
oh, really?
Twitter, and they're like, "We got to start a podcast called the CTE Show."
Yeah.
Dude, it's like the most high-profile version of an argument on the subway.
Oh, yeah.
Two schizophrenics screaming at each other.
I saw my first true, just regular schizo on the train.
CTE acting up, fuck y'all. go. Antonio Brown's latest cry for help.
His latest cry for help. What will AB do next?
I always forget that he was on the Patriots. But he was on the Patriots for like a week.
I didn't know that. I just thought
he got cut because there were some allegations against him.
And then Brady brought him to the Bucks.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, he did.
Ripped his shirt off.
Yeah, against the Jets.
This is pretty legendary.
That kind of sucked.
With a split tongue,
dropped an album like an hour later.
With split tongue whipping his finger. Oh, hell yeah.
How do you think he's making money now? Does he have an OnlyFans?
I think he's probably got a little scratch left over from the NFL.
He's got to be pretty low,
right?
Yeah, he's one of the best receivers.
Oh, he's rapping.
He doesn't have any posts. He's
hi.
16 million. Yeah, I'm trying to see him get his his like finger licked or whatever. I hope he's all right. He's not, but I hope they have a magical cure for CTE.
Yeah.
Because that's real bad. Did you watch the Gators documentary?
Yeah.
They really glossed over
the crime.
The gay murderer on the team.
That pissed me off. I watched the whole thing, and I was like,
all right.
It was good. But it was definitely like the only way that fucking, what's his name, Baker...
Yeah.
Yeah. The only way
Meyer?
Urban Meyer. The only way that Urban Meyer would have fucking agreed to do it was if he had a say in it.
Right. Well, they just they kind of sucked him off.
Did they even talk about Aaron Hernandez?
No.
Didn't 40 players on the team get arrested?
Yeah, they had a really bad
and then
controversial
they were like, and then there was one year where, the season, like some of our guys weren't healthy.
It was distracting.
One of them, some of them were getting in trouble.
Yeah.
And then it was like, they were murdering people. Didn't Aaron Hernandez like kill the first person he killed when he was he shot someone when he was at Florida State?
There was something before when he was in the NFL.
Dude, he killed 2 people outside of where Nick's Comedy Shop in Boston is.
Oh.
And then killed one of the witnesses who was like his brother-in-law.
Yeah.
And then shot his best friend who was another witness in the face, and the guy survived.
Yeah.
Hernandez shot him in the face and then put him in a ditch. It turned out he just shot his eye out, and the guy survived.
And then he killed himself in prison, didn't he?
Yeah.
Like a fucking weird suicide, too.
Yeah.
Like a religious one with blood writing on the walls and shit.
Geez.
Yeah.
Really?
I
think
know
so,
those
yeah.
details.
Jesus Christ.
He was writing shit on the walls in blood.
Psycho, dude.
Yeah. But that wasn't even CTE. He was nuts before that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he was crazy.
That's just tied in stuff.
Yeah.
Tied in long enough, you write your name in blood.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get you out of here, Sas, dude. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Son of a boy, Dad. Listen to it.
Yeah. Any dates you want to plug or anything like that?
No, I don't really have anything right now.
Okay, cool.
All right. Appreciate you coming on.
Thanks, fellas.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
See you next week, boys.
Bye.